Hello, Peter here, your Pinoy accountant. And in this video, magsasample naman tayo ng itemized deduction using yung sa EBAR form na 1701 version 2018. So, version 2018 yung gagamitin natin. So, if nag-itemized deduction kayo, tandaan nyo, dapat itemized deduction kayo from the start ng taxable year. For example, nung first quarter ng 1701Q, yung pag-filing nyo pa lang doon is itemized deduction na yung naipili ninyo. Kasi kung ano yung naipili nyo sa first quarter na, quarterly income tax return ninyo, yun na yung income tax nyo throughout the taxable year. So, let's start. So, if you would be using the itemized deduction, yung key dito is yung word itself, di ba? Itemized deduction. So, ibig sabihin, may i-claim tayo ng mga expenses. So, ano ba yung mga expenses na pwede natin i-claim? Yung first is, dapat ito ay ordinary. Hindi siya super extraordinary. Ibig sabihin, for example, super laki ng expenses na kine-claim nyo. So, dapat ordinary lang siya. And then second is, that is necessary. Dapat necessary yung expense nyo in doing your business. Kapag hindi siya necessary, hindi nyo siya pwedeng i-claim as itemized deduction. So, yung third na very important is, dapat supported ito ng valid invoice. So, ibig sabihin, may invoice kayo to support yung expense na yun. Yung invoice na yun, dapat nakapangalan sa inyo. Dapat complete din. May address ninyo, yung tin ninyo, dapat naka-indicate doon, yung address, and the date na din. So, yun yung tatandaan nyo pag itemized deduction kayo. So, necessary dapat yung expense, ordinary, and dapat may valid invoice. So, yun. And then, to summarize pala yung expense niyo, yung important dyan is, dapat may category na yung expense niyo. I will show you dito sa ating gamit na cash disbursement journal or cash disbursements book ninyo. So, ito yung mga category ng mga expenses. So, pinattern ko lang to doon sa ating 1701. So, kailangan nyo kasi i-enumerate or kailangan naka-detailed doon kung ano yung amortizations. Ito yung nakalagay doon, bad debts, ayan, charitable and other contributions, depletion. So, kung ano lang yung may expenses kayo, hindi ibig sabihin na dapat fill outan nyo lahat yan. Pag wala, leave it blank lang. And then, entertainment, amusement, and recreation, ayan. So, lahat yan, ito yung naka-pattern based dun sa 1701. So, you can use this, itong ating cash disbursement book na sample. You can download this sa website natin. It's just for free. You can go to our website www.pinoyaccountant.com/download. Ayan. So, ito yung mga common na natin na mga expenses. Rental, ayan. So, madalas natin may rental, ayan. Salaries and wages, taxes and licenses, ayan. Transportation and travel, ayan. So, depende kung ano yung mga expenses ninyo. And kung wala dun sa category na dun, so you can put it lahat na yon is other expenses na lang. So, for example, ito, utilities, and office supplies. So, these are also mga usual na expenses natin. Advertising, ayan, repairs and maintenance. So, pwede nyo ilagay yan sa other expenses. So, ito, let's go back. So, you can prepare ahead yung inyong income statement or kasi required din naman na that you would prepare the financial statements since nag-itemized deduction kayo. So, sa income statement, you can compute kung magkano yung income tax ninyo. So, this is na din, like your income tax computation. So, we will need yung data ninyo, ito, for your sales, ayan, sales returns, allowances, and discounts if ever you have. Wala naman, pwedeng zero lang yan or wala kayong sales returns, allowances, and discounts. So that would give us itong net sales. So from the net sales, ayan, less yung cost of sales or cost of services. So ito yung unique din sa kapag nag-itemized deduction tayo is we can deduct itong cost of sales or cost of services natin or cost of goods sold. So in our example, ito, yung ating net sales, ayan, 2,085,250. Less pa natin yung ating cost of sales na 1,097,500. That would give us itong gross income na 987,750. So, yung sales na data, so kinuha natin yan dito sa ating cash receipts book. So, yung ginagawa ko again is sinasummarize ko na yung sales natin na figure, monthly, ayan, tinototal ko, quarterly din, and of course, yung annual. So, yung annual sales, ayan, nakatotal na, annual na sales returns, allowances, and discounts. Ayan, and the cash, the creditable withholding tax. So, importante din itong 2307 or the creditable withholding tax. And then, ayan, once nakapag-summarize na kayo, you can proceed and with the income tax computation or your income statement. So, next natin is yung operating expenses. So, ito naka-detalye na or naka-categorize na. Rental, ayan, 240,000. Salaries and wages and allowances, 180,000. Taxes and licenses, 20,000. And then the other expenses is 188,900. So, that would give us yung total operating expenses natin na 628,900. Again, dapat these are necessary, ordinary, and dapat may valid invoices. So, ayan, i-deduct natin yung operating expenses from our gross income. That would give us our income before income tax na 358,850. So, ito na yung ating taxable income. So, since we are itemized deduction, we are using the graduated income tax rate or the graduated tax table. So, ayan. So, this is our graduated tax table. So, fix na yung mga figures dito. So, yung, if hindi nyo pa alam, just a quick, quick discussion kung paano nyo ba i-compute yung inyong income tax. But in our ABIR form, automatic naman siyang mako-compute. But so that you are aware then, because yung 1701-MS, yung manual na form, you really need to compute your income tax. So ito, the graduated tax table. So titingnan nyo lang yung inyong taxable income. This is the 358,850. So hanapin nyo, nasaang range ba siya or saang row dito sa over 0 and not over 250,000, or dito siya sa second row na over 250,000 but not over 400,000. So, dito siya nabebelong sa second row. So, dalawang component yan, tax on column 1. Kita nyo, these are mga fixed amount na to. So, in our second row, wala pa siyang fixed na amount na tax. So, 0 yung tax on column 1 niya. Ayan. And then sa tax on column 2 or tax on excess, so ibig sabihin excess ng 250,000. So, we have to deduct yung 358,850 less the 250,000. So, ayan, that would give us 108,850. So, this is the excess of the 250,000. So, yung tax on excess, 15%. So, ito, 108,850 multiplied by the 15%, that would give us itong 16,327.50. But again, sa ating ITR, we have to round up na pag 50 centavos taas. Pag below 50 centavos, we have to drop down the figure. So ito, we have to round it up. So yung income tax due natin is 16,328. So ayan. So from here, ayan. So I think we are ready to use the EBIR form. We can fill out na because we have the data na for our sales. Ayan, may expenses na tayo and the income tax. So let's open our EBIR form and then pipiliin natin yung 1701 version 2018. So ito, naka-open na yung ating EBIR form. So lagay nyo lang yung inyong TIN number dito. 000000. Ayan. And then if this is your first time using this, fill outan nyo lang based doon sa inyong certificate of registration. So dito tayo sa baba, list of BIR forms. And then we will select itong 1701. Ito, version 2018. So dalawa to, may 1701. This is the old form. So dito tayo sa 1701 version 2018 or V2018. So click nyo. And then piliin nyo tong fill up na button. Okay? So, ito. So, let's start. I-zoom muna natin konti. Ayan. So, this is again the 1701 or the annual income tax return. This is for mixed income earner or if you are, ayun nga, yung itemized deduction kayo, ito yung form na gagamitin natin. So let's start for the month. This is 12 or December. So we are still filing for the 2025 na annual income tax return. So yung iba, 2026 yung nilalagay dyan. Again, we are still filing for the 2025 na annual income tax return. So number 2, amended return. This is no. This is not an amended return. Short period return. This is still no. And then dito sa part 1, i-double check nyo lang kung ano yung mga wala pang details. So, number 4, ayan, yung 10, nakalagay na. Number 5, RDO code. And then number 6, tax type, taxpayer type, I mean. So, for example, yung i-check nyo yung COR ninyo, it's either professional kayo or single proprietor. Ayan. So, in our example, yung si Monkey D. Luffy is nagbebenta single proprietor ng One Piece merchandise, I mean. So, we are single proprietor. And then, dito sa number 7, ATC. So, again, we are business income and then graduated IT rates tayo because we are, yung sample natin for today is itemized deduction. So, piliin nyo. This is the business income, graduated IT rates. And then, number 8, ayan, double check nyo lang yung taxpayer's name. So, registered address, nakalagay na din. And then, zip code. And then, dito tayo sa date of birth. So, follow nyo lang yung format, month, day, and the year. Ayan. And then, next natin is email address. Nakalagay na dyan, monkeydluffyph@gmail.com. And then, citizenship. Ayan. So, i-double check nyo, Filipino. And then, claiming foreign tax credits, no. So, in most cases, wala tayong foreign tax credits. And then, number 14, leave it blank if applicable lang yan. So, wala tayong kiniklaim na foreign tax credits. So, let's proceed. Number 15, ayan, may contact number na nakalagay. Then, civil status, single, married. So, piliin nyo. So, in our example, si Monkey D. Luffy is single pa. And then, if married, ayan, pipili kayo if spouse has income, yes or no. And then, filing status, if mag-joint filing ba kayo with your spouse or separate filing. So, may example tayo na video actually nung pag joint filing kayo. And then, let's proceed. Number 19, ayan, income exempt from income tax. So this is no. So wala tayong exempt from income tax. Maliban na lang if BMBE kayo, you can, so yes, yung pipiliin nyo. But maybe in our next video, BMBE naman yung ating example. So number 20, ayan, income subject to special or preferential rate. This is no. And then number 21, so tax rate. So graduated rates tayo. And then 21A, so, itemized deduction tayo. So, may video din tayo, optional standard deduction. But in today's video, itemized deduction tayo. Ayan, piliin nyo, itemized deduction. And then, let's proceed. So, dito sa part 2, ayan, wala pang figure because wala pa yung ating sales data and our expenses. So, let's proceed pa sa next page. Ayan, click nyo itong next page and then part 4 tayo is background information of spouse. If wala kayong spouse, leave it blank lang. So, no need to put details. And then, hanggang ano yan, 12. So, part 5 na tayo, computation of tax. So, itong schedule 1, this is gross compensation income. So, if ever, ano kayo, mixed income earner, so dito nyo ilalagay yung details sa yung employer and your TIN nun, and then yung compensation income nyo and tax withheld. So, in our example, hindi tayo mixed income earner. So, let's proceed. Ayan, so, schedule 2, taxable compensation income. So, again, this is for the, ano pa to, compensation earner. So, let's proceed. Schedule 3. So, dito na tayo, taxable business income. If graduated rates, fill in items 8 to 24. So, dito tayo sa 8 to 24. Yung 8% naman daw is 25 to 30. So, 8 to 24. So, dito hanggang sa baba. Ayan, 24. And then, let's proceed. Ayan, graduated income tax rate. So, sales natin. So, again, balikan natin yung ating Excel because dun nakalagay yung ating mga data. So, ayan, sales natin is 2,195,000. 2,195,000. And then, sales returns, allowances, and discounts. Ayan, 109,750. 109,750. And that would give us ito, automatic siyang kinumpute net sales na 2,085,250. And then, the cost of sales, again, this is 1,097,500. 1,097,500. So that would give us itong gross income na 987,750. So dito na tayo sa deductions. So yung deduction natin is dito tayo sa number 13, yung ordinary allowable itemized deduction. So wala tayong example ng special allowable, so leave it blank lang. NOLCO wala din, so leave it blank. So let's proceed dito. Kailangan natin i-fill out itong part 5, schedule 4, item 18. Ayan. So pwede nyo i-click to. Ayan, and then automatically, yan, mapupunta tayo dito sa Schedule 4, Ordinary Allowable Itemized Deduction. So, ito yung nabanggit natin kanina. Ito yung category niya, kung paano siya kina-categorize dito sa ating 1701. So, balikan natin yung ating Excel. So, ano ba yung mga expenses na that we have that are ordinary, ayan, necessary, and then we have valid invoices. So, balikan natin yung ating Excel. So, dito tayo, rental, 240,000. Rental, ayan, rental natin is 240,000. And then, next natin na expense is salaries, wages, and allowances. Ayan, 180,000. Dito sa baba pala, salaries, ayan, 180,000. And then next is taxes and licenses, 20,000. 20,000. So yung others, saan ba natin ilalagay? So dito na tayo sa number 17. Letter D, so lagay nyo dyan, other expenses. So yung total nun, this is the 188,900. 188,900. So that would give us itong ordinary allowable itemized deduction na 628,900. So let's proceed. So wala tayo ditong NOLCO. So balik tayo sa page 2. Ayan. So kita nyo dito sa page 2, may details na ng deductions allowable under ito, ordinary allowable itemized deduction na 628,900. And then that will give us itong net income na 358,850. So wala tayong non-operating income or other non-operating income. So wala tayong ilalagay dyan. In most cases, wala lang tayong ilalagay dyan. And then the amount received, ayan, share ng isang partner ng GPP. So hindi din ito applicable sa atin. So total non-operating income is 0. So taxable income or business natin is 358,850. Ayan. Total taxable income and compensation and business, I mean, same lang because wala tayong compensation. So 358,850 din. So yung tax due natin, ayan, 16,328. Balikan natin yung ating Excel if tama ba yung ating computation. So sa Excel, ayan, kita nyo, using the table, manual computation, ayan, 16,328. So tama yung ating computation. So total tax due natin, compensation and business income is 16,328. So review natin ano yung mga details na kailangan natin dito. So dito hindi to kailangan. This is for the 8%. And then let's go back. Let's proceed to the next page, page 4. So sa NOLCO, wala ding details dito. Summary of income tax due. Ayan. So dito tayo sa part 7, the tax credits and the payments. So number 1 is the prior year's excess credits. So in our example, 0 lang yan. So i-check nyo yung 2024 ninyo na annual ITR. If ever may mga overpayments kayo and yung pinili nyo in most cases is, ano naman yon is i-carry over nyo sa next taxable year. So ito, in our example, 0 lang to. And then tax payments for the first 3 quarters. So i-check nyo yung mga proof of payments niyo dun sa 1701 Q ninyo na first quarter, second quarter, and the third quarter, may mga tax payments na kayo. Income tax payments yung ilalagay dito, hindi yung percentage tax. So magkaiba yung percentage tax and our income tax payments. So in our example, 0 lang, wala tayong payments for the first 3 quarters. And then sa CWT or the creditable tax withheld. So ito yung 2307 natin. First 3 quarters, first, second, and the third. So, balikan natin yung Excel because na-summarize na natin doon. If hindi nyo na-summarize, you can check yung may form kayo mismo na 2307. I-check nyo, i-summarize yun, i-add nyo kung magkano yung total na 2307 ninyo for the first 3 quarters. So, sa ating example, ayan, in-add ko na first 3 quarters natin ng 2307 is 7,649. So, yan yung ilalagay natin doon. 7,649. So, 7,649 for the first 3 quarters. So, dito naman sa next item is 2,307 for the fourth quarter naman. So, check nyo yung inyong 2,307. So, in our example, balikan natin yung ating Excel. Fourth quarter natin is 2,558 because i-round up natin. 2,558. Ayan. And then, 2,316. Wala tayong 2,316. And then, number 6, hindi to amend the return. So 0 lang yan. Foreign tax credits, wala tayo yan. Special tax credits, wala din. Other tax credits is 0. So yung total tax credits and payments natin is 10,207. So that is just our 2,307 first 3 quarters and our fourth quarter since wala tayo tax payments in our previous quarters. So next natin is dito sa tax relief availment. Ayan, so hindi ito applicable sa atin. So, special rate, exempt, hindi din applicable sa atin. So, dito tayo sa part 9, reconciliation of net income per books against taxable income. So, yung net income per books natin, kailangan natin ilagay yung figure dito. Otherwise, hindi ito mag-validate. So, net income, saan nyo ba hanapin yan? So, balikan nyo sa page. Ayan, page 2. Page 2. So that is your total taxable income, 358,850. So yan yung ilalagay natin, 358,850. Ayan. Dito sa 358,850. So that is our net income per books or doon sa ating taxable income. So let's proceed. Ayan. So automatic siyang kinumpute. Ayan. So, equal lang yung ating taxable income per books and per return. So, I think we are done. Let's review the page 1. So, ito yung ating page 1. May details na tayo for the total tax payable. Tax due, ayun yung compute natin kanina, 16,328. Tax credits and the payments, 10,207. That would give us itong may payable pa tayo na 6,121. So number 25, if ever nag-opt kayo ng installment, but in most cases or in our example, hindi tayo installment, and then that would give us itong number 26, amount of tax payable is still 60,121. So itong mga penalties, wala pa tayong penalties since on time pa tayo. So be sure to file on or before April 15. So malapit na yung deadline. So zero lang yan. If ever beyond the deadline na kayo, kailangan nyo pumunta sa inyong RDO so that sila yung magko-compute ng inyong interest, surcharge, and the compromise. So total penalty, zero. So that would give us itong total amount payable na 6,121. So yung number 32, so since wala yung details tayo, wala tayong spouse, in our example si Monkey D. Luffy, so zero lang sa spouse, and that would give us itong total aggregate amount payable na 6,121. So if ever, ayan, may overpayment kayo, so in most cases, yung pinipili is to be carried over as a tax credit for the next year or quarter because yung dalawang option nito are a bit complicated. So medyo hassle siya if ever mapipili kayo ng to be refunded or tax credit certificate. So mostly, especially if maliit lang naman yung amount, dito na tayo sa carry over the tax credit for the next year or quarter. So, ayan, subukan natin i-validate. Hopefully, yan review natin. Hopefully, wala tayong na-missed out na mga details or information required. So, click natin validate. Ayan, validation successful. Click nyo OK. And then, save nyo. And then, i-print ninyo. Ayan. So, print nyo PDF. Pwedeng PDF because hindi nyo naman to kailangan i-submit sa inyong RDO. So, for your copy lang, kailangan yung mag-save for your file. For your reference na din. Print nyo and then last step, ayan, submit final copy. Ayan, be sure may internet connection kayo. Otherwise, unsuccessful yan. Click nyo OK. And then may terms of service agreement. Click nyo OK. So after nyo i-click nyo OK, dalawang scenario lang yung pwede. It's either unsuccessful or failed yung pag-submit ninyo. So you have to file again yung i-submit final nyo ulit until such time nalalabas na yung second scenario is successfully submitted na yung ating 1701. So nakalagay doon successfully na-submit na natin yung ating 1701. And then i-check nyo yung email ninyo. Once successful, depende kasi sometimes after a while lang you will receive the tax return receipt confirmation email. Others would receive it 2 days after, 1 day after, yung iba 5 days. So abang-abangan nyo if ever hindi nyo talaga na-receive yung yung tax return receipt confirmation. I suggest or sinasuggest din actually ng iba or ng BIR is especially nung last previous year pa yung 1701, I mean for the 2024 pa, is you can still resubmit if hindi pa beyond the deadline. So, yun yung advantage rin pag hindi wala pa tayo sa within the deadline pa tayo is we can resubmit so that we can receive yung tax return receipt confirmation email. So that sure na nakapag-submit tayo and may proof of submission tayo. Yun yung important doon. And you can also screenshot na din yung submit successful if ever kasi it's still proof na nakapag-submit tayo on time. So ayan. So from there, ayan, if may mga payments kayo, you can pay online na din. MyEG or Maya, pwedeng-pwede. Or you can pay dun sa authorized agent banks ninyo. So, yun yung mga options natin. But in my case, ginagamit ko is MyEG. So, may example video din tayo on how you can use MyEG. Very convenient. You can use your Maya, you can use GrabPay, you can use your credit card, you can use GCash din. So, yun yung advantage pag MyEG yung gamit ninyo. So, yun lang yung ating video for today. Ayan, so we just talked about yung 1701 or the annual ITR using the the itemized deduction. So yung video natin for today. So again, yung key lang dito again, kailangan yung expenses niyo, yung itemized deduction niyo or yung expenses niyo is necessary, ordinary, and dapat may mga valid invoices. So again, thank you very much. And if gusto niyo i-download pala yung mga templates natin, you can go to our website again, www.pinoyaccountant.com/download. And if you would want to support our channel so that I can continue making this mga free videos, mga tutorials about mga tax filing, bookkeeping, so you can go to our website, ayan, www.pinoyaccountant.com/donate. And again, super thank you sa mga nag-subscribe and appreciate yung mga nag-comment. And I do my best to answer all your comments. So, yan, hintay-hintay lang ng konti. So again, thank you very much and I'll see you in our next videos.